Controls and indicators. We'll now describe the operation of the switches on the overhead fuel panel. All fuel pump switches are push-button type with two positions, off and on. The left and right tank pump 1 and 2 switches operate as follows. While the switch is off, the pumps are not powered and the off light illuminates. While the left and right wing tank pump switches are on, the pumps are powered and the lights in the switch are extinguished. The center tank pump 1 and 2 switches operate as follows. While the center tank pump switches are on, the pumps may be powered depending on the mode selected, and the lights in the switch are extinguished. Now note, the operating wing tank pumps provide the fuel to the engine only if the respective center tank pump output pressure drops below a threshold value. An amber fault light in each switch illuminates if the delivery pressure drops while the associated switch is selected on and the pump is supposed to be delivering pressure. Auto shutdown of a center tank pump will not illuminate a switch fault light. The center tank pump 1 and 2 switches can operate in an automatic mode or a manual mode. The mode select push button for the center tank pumps is used to select the manual or automatic mode. While the mode select switch is in the auto position, no light is illuminated in the switch, and the control of the center tank pumps is automatic. This is the normal position for the mode select switch. When the mode select switch is selected to manual, the manual white light is illuminated in the switch, and the center tank pumps will run until the center tank pump switches are selected off. The center tank pump switches must be selected off when the center tank is empty and the mode select switch is selected to manual. System logic. Now note, if the slats are extended or the wing tanks are full because of full fuel loads or the recirculation system activity, the center tank pumps will not run at any time in the auto mode. The center tank pumps will always run in the manual mode. Assuming the APU is running and all lights are out on the fuel panel, the system will operate automatically and in sequence as follows. 1. The APU is supplied from the left wing tank pumps. 2. Normally all pumps run for 2 minutes after first engine start. The center tank pumps are supplying the respective engines because the sequence valves relieve pressure from the left and right tank pumps 1 and 2 while the center tank pumps are running. 3. After 2 minutes, and if the slats are extended, the center tank pumps will stop and will not start again until the slats are retracted after takeoff. 4. When the inner wing tank reaches full level from the fuel recirculation system return, the center tank pumps will stop until the wing tank underfill level is reached, at which time the center tank pumps will start again. This cycle is normal during high fuel load conditions, and each wing tank may cycle independently. 5. 5 minutes after the center tank low level is reached, the center tank pumps stop for the remainder of the flight. Fuel feed is now only available from the inner tanks. When the inner tank levels are down to the low level, the transfer valves open to allow outer tank fuel to flow to the inner tank. 7. The inner tank level is then increased by the outer tank fuel quantity, and inner tank fuel continues to be delivered for the remainder of the flight. While the mode select switch is in auto, the amber fault light in the switch illuminates, and an ECAM caution, inhibited during flight phases 3, 4, 5, and 8, comes on when the center tank has more than 550 pounds of fuel and the left or right wing tank has less than 11,000 pounds. This logic diagram shows the control logic of the center tank pumps. In this diagram example, we show only one center tank pump. If the mode select switch is selected to manual, the pump is directly controlled by the center tank pump switch. While the mode select switch is in auto, the pump is controlled by logic gates. The diagram is set up with all pumps selected on, and the mode select is in auto. Fuel crossfeed valve. The double motor crossfeed valve is actuated by the crossfeed switch. While the switch is off, the crossfeed valve is closed and the light in the switch is extinguished. When the switch is selected on, the crossfeed valve opens and the on light in the switch is illuminated. The green open light illuminates when the crossfeed valve is fully open. The white on switch light and the green open switch light should both be illuminated. The ECAM fuel page displays the quantity in each tank, outer, inner, and center. Notice the displays and colors of this page during pre-flight. The quantity values are normally displayed in green. The center tank display is boxed amber if both center tank pumps fail or are switched off. If the fuel quantity indication is inaccurate, an amber line appears across the last two digits of a tank quantity. The fuel on board indication displays the total fuel quantity in green. The FOB display is boxed amber if the center tank pumps fail or are switched off. Fuel temperature is displayed below the quantity display. During certain phases of flight, the fuel temperature display will turn amber if the fuel temperature is too high or too low. We'll describe this later. The transfer valves are shown closed as they are typically positioned after refueling. The left, right, and center tank pumps are all switched off. The engine and APU low-pressure fuel valves are closed. The fuel crossfeed valve is closed. The fuel used indications are shown in green. These values are from the last flight and will automatically reset when the engine is started on the ground. The engine identification numbers above the fuel used displays are normally white when the engine is operating at or above idle. The displays turn amber if the engine is operating below idle. The fuel pumps are normally selected on, and the mode selector is normally in auto. Select all pumps on, and notice the display on the ECAM fuel page. This completes the description of the fuel system controls and indicators. Now, let's answer some questions about the information in this module.